We on?
Welcome to We're Not Experts. Again, we're not experts, but we are as fans of a lot of stuff. And today we're talking about hip hop. As usual, I am Swan. With me, we got Primo. Primo, tell the people what's up.
What's good, peoples?
So we talk about a lot of variety of stuff on here, from just really anything we feel like talking about. But today we want to talk about hip hop. Um, I was in a group. I'm in a group on Facebook called Sidebar, and it's just a bunch of like rap talk, and really a lot of time it's legit just old heads versus new heads on who's the best and all this stuff. Well, one guy specifically, I forgot his name, but he posted a topic today about can you have a best rappers of all time list without half of the people being from New York? I think you can do it. I think you can do it without it being a stretch. Primo says you can't do it.
No, not at all.
Primo, tell the
No.
people why you can't do it.
I mean, that's where rap was originated from. Like a lot of the quoted rap lyrics people use today is from New York, from Rakim to Big Daddy Kane. Even Tupac is from New York, if you want to be technical about it.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
we're not
Tupac,
counting Tupac being from New York.
nah, even Tupac from New York. If you want to keep it real, Tupac and Biggie, like you know what I'm saying, right? LL Cool J.
But
Like,
that's
it's
no, no,
just
no, no, no. Because Tupac being from New York is the same as Kanye being from Atlanta in the sense that Kanye grew up in Chicago. He was born in Atlanta, but he grew up in Chicago, and nobody considers him an Atlanta rapper because he was mainly influenced by what was going on in Chicago. That's the same thing with Tupac. He might have been from what is it like Brooklyn?
okay.
Uh,
Okay,
Okay,
even if you exclude Tupac, there are still more rappers from New York that you can include in the discussion. Like, you know what I'm saying?
okay, okay. So this
Like,
this is this is my thing because I kind of want to jump right into my list, and then you can tell me who I have on here that you would take off. Not who would you take off, but who you think doesn't deserve a spot. And don't be on no bias stuff like I don't like him. Like on some serious, like I understand that people consider them top 10. Don't like
right.
don't just try to nitpick just to nitpick. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here, this is in no particular order. All right. So I have my top 10. I feel like the three you have to include from New York is Jay-Z,
Yep.
Nas, and Biggie. I feel like those are the
Right.
three you have to. So then the
Yeah.
so then the topic be or then it becomes can I make it to where I can find seven other people who can at least be argued with that are better than the rest of the New York cats, right? You still shaking your head. I'm
Yeah.
telling you I got it. I tell you I got it. So four is obviously Tupac, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I throw Scarface in there.
Okay.
3,000.
Eh.
Okay, so we'll hold on three. We'll hold on three. Cube,
Oh, of course.
Common.
Mm, eh.
Okay, so
I mean, top 20. Definitely top 20.
we'll put a dot in Common, and then my last one was Eminem. Now I know you're not an Eminem fan, but you can at least admit that people put him in the top 10.
I wouldn't say I'm not an Eminem fan, but I just his influence is kind of confusing. But
How was his?
go
No,
go ahead.
no,
Just
because
go
I'm
ahead.
I'm not gonna swear
I
on.
can.
So that's the top 10 I have with no, my fault. And the last person I got on there is from New York, and that's Most Def.
Okay.
Okay,
Hmm.
so
Okay.
tell me. So we got Tupac again. We got Tupac. And this is no particular order. Tupac, Scarface, 3,000, Cube, Common, Most Def, Nas, Hove, Biggie, and Eminem. If somebody told you that was a top 10, would you just be like, nah, bro, you bugging on certain people?
Like the 3,000 the
Uh,
video paused a little bit at 3,000. See, the only problem I have with the whole 3,000 discussion is folks weren't really rocking with 3,000 until he changed his name to 3,000. Like there was none of this Outcast hype, 3,000 hype until Hey I came out. Because if you really like just listen to their music, you would have like back in the day, like Big Boy carried the whole group. He, you know, what I'm saying? If you ask me, that's just what I think. Not that I'm saying 3000 can't rap, but Big Boy is just as good. And no one talks about Big Boy in discussion. Just every time 3000 comes out with a verse, a crazy verse on some subpar rappers uh track, it's oh my god, 3000 this. And I like 3000. But like I said, he wasn't like that until Speaker Box and the Love Below. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my whole,
So,
when it
so
comes to 3000.
your thing isn't that he doesn't deserve a spot, but just that he's overrated to you, and not even
I want to say
overrated in the sense that he can't rap, but overrated in the sense that you think Big Boy is just as good as him, so therefore could be on this list as well.
I think he can.
Okay,
But that ain't the reason. I don't think he's overrated, but I don't think I'm just trying to figure out like how he just got super hyped up out of nowhere. Like if he
oh,
was that hyped up, he should have been hyped up from the beginning of his career.
but at the same time, at the beginning of his career, at the beginning of Outkast's career, did people outside of like the South really listen to him? It's just like with UGK.
Yeah.
UGK like had fans up north and stuff, but it was like that was mainly a Southern thing.
Yeah. But all right, back on discussion. We'll have to talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But I feel like you got rappers like LL Cool J. Like I feel like your top 10 determines on when you kind of started listening to rap. Because my dad had me on like LL, and like I'd put Snoop in the top 10. Like
I know
but
you
like
do.
yeah, but like my dad had me listening to that kind of stuff growing up. Like LL and Big Daddy Kane, and he, you know what I'm saying? Rakim, like rappers like that, like up north rappers, you know what I'm saying? Because that's where it started from. And
Yeah,
KRS-One, like you didn't even have KRS on your top. Like
I
how you
don't.
not have KRS?
KRS-One, and this is a whole nother discussion too. But KRS-One has been written out of hip hop for me.
Oh, okay, I know what
Written
you're
out
talking
of hip hop
about.
for me. We,
I know what you're
we
talking about.
don't
But
rock,
what about
we don't rock with KRS-One no more. He was one of my favorites. We don't rock with KRS-One no more. At least I don't.
what about what about Public Enemy? Like
Okay, so this is my thing. I feel
just
like
saying.
it's huh.
I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
Here's my thing. I feel like you got like a top 10 that's like um Hall of Fame, the like if we're going back to the beginning of rap, the people we would put in, and then you got like a realistic, like if I want to listen to people and they get down and we talking about whole discographies and stuff like that, another top 10. You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like if we were being like Joshua Show top 10, like Lupe, Common, Quali, all the folks would be in there. But it's
right.
like if people were like, who are the rappers who've had the most influence in hip hop and like legit people's favorite and stuff like that, Lupe being my favorite rapper would not be in that list because I know he doesn't have as much influence and yada 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 over. So it's like when we start talking about like your Rakims, your Big Daddy Kanes, your stuff like that, I feel like those are people that we're supposed to say, like being like hip hop purists and yada 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 yada. But when I'm talking about like, okay, like Big Daddy Kane and Rakim have had huge impact on hip hop, but it's like, do people really listen to them still? You know what I'm saying? Do people really care about them still? And I would say, no, not really. You know what I'm saying? But it's like I feel like the people I listed are like timeless. Like I feel like you could take certain people out, and that's my question to you. You said you would put Snoop in there. You said you would put who else?
Who else?
You said Big Boy.
Nah, nah. That was just a little argument. Like just as
Okay.
a like, if you got to put one, you got to. I feel like you have to have both. But like, I take like, I mean, you got Snoop. I'll put Snoop in there. You got Scarface.
Mm-hmm.
Um, this is tough. I wish you would have told me about the top. So you wouldn't even tell me. I would have been had something to say.
Yeah, because I
Uh,
didn't want it to be on no like I didn't want I wanted to be more of a discussion than like oh I wrote this out yada yada because I feel like I made almost a perfect list. I'll give you Snoop. I'll give you Snoop. But then out of
Snoop
the
is about
top
as
10,
timeless as about anybody on that list.
what'd you say?
The Snoop is about as timeless as any rapper. Like,
Yeah, even if he has ghostwriters, who would you put over?
listen, I'm not gonna discuss that.
Who would you take out to put Snoop in?
I take out Common.
Okay, so you still got only four people from New York.
So we choose somebody from New York. Oh, hmm. See, you got two different types of top 10 lists. So this is not fair because I didn't get a chance to get some stuff down. He cheated, people.
But
Where
you the
my
hip
phone
hop
at?
expert, bro. You the expert. You should. Well, we are not experts, but if there was an expert on this topic, out of the two of us would definitely be Primo. If I gave him too much time, he'd come back here with like, some super
Yeah, like,
unknown person I ain't never heard of and everything. You saw he first went straight to Big Daddy Kane and all them.
hey, them boys go hard.
But even if I was, and see, like the way mine is set up, to be honest, I
Ooh,
would the
what
first person
about Jada?
Al Qaeda. I feel like Jada to me is like the. I'm trying not to be disrespectful. Jada to
Yeah,
me
don't be
is the northern
disrespectful.
version of Ludacris, in the sense
Okay.
that like I've never heard Jada spit a whack 16, never. But it's like nobody, like I've never heard anybody just be like, except when it's like Jada versus somebody else. I've never just heard anybody come out and be like, Jada Kiss is my favorite rapper. And it's like Ludacris, I've heard Ludacris spit some garbage ones. I'll never forget that I fill her up balloons line. Test me and things get drawn like cartoons. Like I'll never forget that. But Luda for a while was going like up until the end. To me, Luda would go bar for bar with anybody in the league. I mean, with anybody in rap, but nobody would.
Yeah.
But so like okay, so if we put in Jada, which I really don't believe. I thought you were gonna go 50.
Nah, I'm looking now because you got my phone out. I'm looking because I mean you got rappers. What you think about 50?
So if you would have put Jada in, you said Jada first. If you would have put Jada
Okay.
in, who would you take out?
Who'd you say?
I'll give you the list again. Um, and then we kind of going on, so we have to wrap it up. I got Tupac, Scarface, Three Stacks, Cube, Common, Mos Def, Nas, Hove, Biggie, and Eminem.
Oh,
Now,
I'll take out M.
I knew that's where you're gonna go. I knew that's where you're gonna go. Okay, so I feel like we can take out here the people I feel like are submitted. Let's say this: the people that are submitted would be Tupac, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody you're not gonna take out. Scarface, that's somebody you're not gonna take out.
Not
I
at
know
all.
you're not taking out Cube.
Nope.
I know you're not taking out Nas, Hove, or Biggie. So the people that's on the bubble right now are 3,000. What about Mos?
Yeah, he on the bubble.
You know, all right, 3,000, Mos, Common, and Eminem. Those are the four we working with for you to take out, right?
Yeah.
All right, you said replace somebody with Snoop. Who were you replacing?
I replace three Common. Common with Snoop.
You replaced Common with Snoop. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you just replaced Eminem with Jada. You
I'll
know
be
you
honest with you.
bugging. You know you bugging.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know you bugging. Okay, I seen it in your face. I seen it.
No, 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 no.
If anything, I don't agree with it, but I might give you Most or Three Stacks over Jada. More so Most
I'll
than
take
3,000.
most. I'll take most def. The
All right.
original Pretty Flacco.
All right. So
People don't know that.
you still at 4 New York cats. You just traded out New York for New York. You still got Eminem in 3,000.
I don't care what no one say. 50 on my top.
So you put 50 on there. Who you gonna take out?
50 on my top.
Who you
I'll
gonna
take
take?
out everybody for 50. No. No, he ain't better than 3,000 better than 50.
Then that's it, bro. That's it. You can have a legit top 10 without half the nine from being from New
I'm
York.
gonna let you know something right now though.
What?
If DMX never got on drugs,
If
top
if
tier
Lupe never got screwed over by his record,
by Atlantic, yeah.
top, we can do stuff like that, but thanks.
I blame Ronald Reagan for DMX's demise.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! See. I think this is legit. I think this is legit because I think
Damn, you breaking up, bro. Fam, I ain't hear nothing you saying.
say this and then we'll try to close it up. I said the way I
Okay.
went about it is I know there are certain people that you have to have in your top 10. I said that's Tupac,
Mm-hmm.
Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. Right? That gives you three cats from New York. You got one flex, and my flex was Mos,
Yeah.
but you replaced him with Jada, which I don't agree with. But and then it's like the ones who are goats, but I feel like when you talk to somebody, they'll get excited about it and be like, okay, yeah, I can put them in there. You got Scarface and Eminem are like the two that I feel like hip hop heads would be like, okay, yeah. They got to stay in there. If nothing else, even if folks don't like Eminem because of his influence in rap and how much he sold and his wordplay and stuff, people at least give you that. So right now we at 7 people. Um,
I hate that whole discussion about how many
we
records you sell determines
no,
nothing.
that's
Nothing.
not
Go
exactly
ahead.
what I said. That's not exactly what I said because I honestly feel like being real, I feel like Eminem had how can I say this? If we taking out putting 50 Cent and G Unit and all that into the game, um, I feel like Eminem actually had probably one of the worst effects on hip hop in hip hop history, and we can talk about that probably off camera. But then like I know Cube to me is one of them ones who like people are respected and won't argue it, but they still feel types of ways about it. I know you won't because that's your favorite rapper. And then 3000 has so much like backing right now and so much hype behind him, which we kind of talked about, that I knew he would be in there. And
What
then
hype?
what'd you say?
I was like, what hype? Like, what is? Not that I'm saying I don't like 3000. 3000 is that dude,
I'm not
but
I'm not saying you don't like him, but what I'm saying is like uh all I'm saying is with 3000 is when you talk about great lyricists, like cats like get excited when you say 3000. When you talk about a 3000 verse and all that stuff, cats get I in other words, I knew he wasn't somebody that people would argue out just off principle. And the
got you.
same thing with
Okay.
what'd you say?
I said I got you.
And then the same thing with Common is I just really just pulled out the rapper I thought was the best from the Midwest because like that was just
Nah, I understand that. I'm
Mhm.
surprised you didn't say Kanye, but never mind. I don't think anybody's saying Kanye right now.
Yeah. I almost said Kanye when I wrote the list, but now I was like, no, I'm gonna put Common in there. I almost said Lupe, but now it's like, oh, let me do Kanye. I was like, no, Common gotta be in there. But yeah, so I think that's proof that you can do it. I think you can do it and do it reasonably and not be stretching. There's cats that like want to put all these dudes in there from New York, and not saying New York don't have great rappers and all that stuff, but I don't really think you got to. Again, list we came up with was wait, now I gotta edit stuff. We got Tupac, Biggie, Jay-Z, Nas, Jadakiss, Scarface, Eminem, Cube, Three Stacks, and Snoop. If you agree, tell us. If you don't, tell us in the comments. Who would you take out? Who would you put in? Can you make a top 10 list without cats from New York? Nah, you can't. But you can do it without like the vast majority being from it. At least, that's what I think. I think Primo agree with it now. Again, man, if y'all like the stuff, comment, leave a little comment, leave a like, put some discussion in the thing, but also subscribe, man. Thank y'all for subscribing, all the folks who have and the folks who just stumbled upon it. I already thanked you, so go ahead and subscribe now. It'd be weird if you didn't. You don't make me seem weird. Primo, tell the people about it, man.
Adios, amigos.